This is Jake Bazicki with an ACT Science data interpretation question. Now this question is asking us to do a little more than just cite data on the graph. What it's asking us to do is to look at the sort of a hypothetical situation where the temperature of the next 5 years was 0.7, the temperature anomalies recorded over the next 5 years were 0.75 degrees Celsius, 0.76 degrees Celsius, 0.77 degrees Celsius, 0.78 degrees Celsius, and 0.79 degrees Celsius, respectively. And what they're asking us is then to find what the 5-year mean temperature would most likely be, and where that would be. And so, to answer this question, you might need to look carefully at this graph. Actually, you will need to look carefully at this graph and understand the relationship between the annual mean temperature, which is what they're providing here, and the 5-year mean temperature, which is what they're asking for. And so if you look at this graph, and you can read up top here too, but it shows you that these annual mean temperatures, these little dots, are the different temperatures, the temperature anomalies for these, for every specific year. So you can see this graph is actually made up of lots of little dots. And this black line, or the 5-year mean, is just the average of those temperatures over any 5 years. So it might be easier to see for here, for example, if you just look at this block, you can see that there were temperatures that were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like there was all these temperatures on either side of 0, but because there was a couple above and a couple below, the average came out to be about 0 degrees Celsius. So what they're doing is they're asking us to take a look at, if we projected that we had these 5 temperature anomalies all the way up here, where would the 5-year mean be? And so if we took, without even having to do any actual arithmetic, we can just see that if the temperatures are between 0.75 and 0.79, then the average will fall somewhere between 0.75 and 0.79. So if we had, let's say that up here was where we had it, we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the average would be somewhere about there. And so if we look at our answer choices, because as you can look up here, we can sort of project that this would be where 0.75 would be, right? Because it goes up in increments of 0.25. So this one was 0.5, this would be 0.75. We can see that that is not going to be below negative 0.25, so it's not going to be down here. So that's wrong. We can see it's not going to be between negative 0.25 degrees Celsius and 0. It's not going to be here, so that's wrong. We can see that it's not going to be between 0.25 and 0.5 degrees Celsius. That's wrong, because none of these are between that. But it is going to be, in fact, above 0.5 degrees Celsius. That's going to be up closer to 0.75. And so answer choice D is our right answer.